Hello and welcome. Today we will talk about the topic of life as a transgender person. I am Professor Khalid Khan from University of Granada in Spain. To discuss the topic with me, I have taken the liberty to bring for you the director of this award-winning short film, which you see on the screen here. His name is Kamran Faiq. Uh, he is originally from Pakistan, and he's joining me today from Ireland through online connection. Kamran, please could you introduce yourself?
Khalid sir, thank you so much for having me today. And I must say it's a great pleasure. And I also say that it's an honor to be with you today. My name is Kamran Faiq, and I originally belong from Lahore, Pakistan, but I'm currently living in Dublin, Ireland. And I've been making films for the last 12 years, and I've been teaching. I also served as an assistant professor at the National College of Arts and Beacon House National University. And my films usually deals with marginalized communities, complex social issues, and human rights.
Okay, thank you, Kamran. The term intersex or hermaphrodite is frequently used in the medical literature. In the normal spoken language, the term eunuch or third gender might appear. In India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, the term hijra or khwaja sirat is also used. And by the way, these are also medically searchable terms. So let's take this forward. We are going to cover part of the medical literature concerning this topic. We want some reflections on the film. And in particular, we want to talk about the making of the film with the director. Kamran, to begin with, could you say something about what was the inspiration for this film?
Khalid sir, the inspiration came from the real life characters of the lived experiences of intersex persons in Pakistan. And as you've lived in Pakistan as well, and I've lived in Pakistan as well, and you see that we see these characters all around us. And I was fascinated. I was fascinated how their identity is completely erased or ignored in a society like Pakistan. Um, so a couple of years before I met the writer Kurbe Abbas, and who pitched this story to me, and I must say that I instantly was hooked to the idea of turning this story into a feature film. And I think it's written in a beautiful way. And when I say beautiful, I mean how the story is told that um, does not focus on what it means to be medically Rajasthara, but the story talks about the human story. It talks about how it feels to be human in a society where your identity is completely erased. So that was the idea behind taking the story forward. And we then went ahead and pitched the story to our investors. That was another very lengthy journey, how we got it funded, that I'll also discuss with you. But the story is about an intersex individual in Pakistan who is navigating the painful journey of being an outsider of a world where usually, the construct of male and female exists. And it's a story of transformation, survival, identity. And it's a story that has done very well at the international festival circuit.
Okay, this can take us directly to the Athens Film Festival not long ago, where the film won an award. Could you say something about the experience over there?
Fantastic experience, Khalid sir. You were also kind enough to be there and attend the festival with me, and you've also seen it. I think the most interesting part for me of this journey and going there was seemingly a modern European society and how the treatment of the intersex and transgender people are very close to what is happening in Pakistan. And I think that was one of the reasons why the story did so well at the festival in Athens, and it was well received by the audience and people love the story. I think as a filmmaker, also each film teaches us a lot. Each film transforms us as a human, and each travel experience transforms our experience as a human. So I was genuinely surprised to know how difficult, even in the recent times when these terms are more accepted socially, the community from LGBTQI is more integrated. So in a society like Greece, I was surprised to see how these individuals are still treated like they have been treated years before.
All right, thank you. Let's now look very quickly at the published literature on this topic. Obviously, there is an aspect related to biology, genetics, and physiology. But the most interesting element in the published research is the qualitative study via the social sciences angle concerning what is the experience of life with this third gender. And here, as you can see, for example, a statement from one of the participants in the study that they would prefer to be dead than live the life as they experience it in their environment. And that there is a need to raise voices concerning the rights of people with this condition. And I believe the film takes this agenda forward, not just in Pakistan, but internationally. So, Kamran, after winning this award, what was the reception given by the media in Pakistan?
The reception was very good. Well, the film was received, the news was received in a very positive light, and it also highlighted the important issues that this community is facing back in Pakistan, and we were happy to see the response. Um, and I think this is a very important point because as a filmmaker, I have a very important responsibility over my shoulders to carry such messages and stories to the world. Because sometimes such stories have a very strong impact, and I always say films for social change. So such films can have a very positive impact on the people of intersex or transgenders in Pakistan. I would also like to mention in the previous slide that you said that I would rather be dead. Um, Interestingly, recently our film was made it to a prestigious film festival called Sophia Pride Film Festival, and it came to my attention that the founder of that festival also committed suicide, I believe, because of the harassment and bullying. That once again a seemingly open and more inclusive society like Bulgaria. So the film received very well. The response was amazing. The team is very happy, especially the community back in Pakistan, because we had researchers. Well, I would say a consultant, not researchers, with us who guided us. So we stayed true to the story and the identity of these characters. They were very happy about it.
All right, here we see some shorts from the movie itself. Uh, I have to say, the experience that I observed at the festival was that people were shocked and surprised, but also happy to learn through the experience of seeing the film as to how life is and what is the responsibility that society has to make life better for um, people faced with this situation. So tell us something about the casting and the shooting of the film.
It was one of the most difficult projects that we have done back in Pakistan, and of course the part is to blame for the weather, extreme heat as well, that made the shooting entire difficult. But I'm thankful to the entire cast and crew that was steadfast, and they everyone told me that we are with you, and we will make sure that this film is finished because we were shooting in a three-story building, and we were shooting in the top floor, and it became almost impossible to even breathe there. And I would like to take this moment to thank my wonderful cast, who liked the story. In fact, they loved the story. The moment I pitched each of these characters, the instant response was that they want to be a part of it. It's a very sensitive topic, Khalid Saab. So of course, it comes with a certain shame attached to it as well. And so some cast members were also hesitant to see how they were gonna um, um, how their image is going to be perceived when film comes out, because the film is dark. It has and I would with your platform, I would also mention that it's basically the social sexual exploitation of intersex in Pakistan. So there were a scene where our character is also sexually assaulted. So keeping all these factors in mind, the cast still said yes, and they still, were bold enough to do everything that I asked them to do. Um, I initially wanted to cast a real intersex person, but casting is something that I never compromise in my films. So the person who I wanted to cast, I respectfully told them that they were not ready for a film like this, and we want to make sure that the cast is top notch. And I think that's one of the highlight of this film that everyone who watches this film tells me that the acting is absolutely top notch in this film.
Yes, indeed. At the end of the award, we had an opportunity to speak with the main actor, and I was very happy that through the collaboration with you, they were able to present the character in such a strong way as they were able to do. Now, here we see some other festivals where the film has competed. Can you say something more about the competitions in film that exists?
Yes, actually, the World Film Festival in Cannes was the first film festival where our film was selected, and it not just selected, it went to being one of the finalists of the film and eventually winning the best film by the festival. Very proud moment for all of us, and I'm very happy to share that at the same festival now the film has been nominated for the Best Film of the Year award. So each award is important for us, and it encourages us as a filmmaker to bring more stories forward.
And then here we see some more festivals where the film has taken part. Would you like to say something about this?
Yes. These are the festivals our film has been our film have been selected by these festivals so far. All of these festivals are prestigious and have been running for years. And going to film the Babli Babar going to these festivals is, I believe, is a testimony of how well we have done as a team of bringing the authenticity of this story forward to the audience. And I would say that each laurel is a reminder how important it is to share the stories that have the potential to shape society's opinion about certain marginalized communities.
Look, many people watching this vlog will not know what film competition is about. Could you, as a means of educating the audience, say a few words about what happens in the competition?
So in a films festival, usually what happens is thousands of film come every year. From it's easy to say that sometimes 56, more than 20 countries, in some cases up to 50 countries send films to the consideration of the festival. Then certain films are selected, and it is a very tough competition. And with each selection of our film, it makes our heart much bigger. It makes us feel so proud that and especially this slide is very important. I want to say because all of the films that you see in this slide are actually in big budget, high quality films. And when I say high quality, I mean from the production wise. Whereas Babli Babar was shot, I would say, the shoestring budget, and yet we were able to maintain a high quality, and that is once again thanks to the wonderful people who you're a wonderful crew, a wonderful cast who understood the story about the importance of this festival. And this is why to have this film on prestigious platforms like Sofia Pride Film Festival is an absolute honor for us, where films from so many countries, so many wonderful filmmakers who've been making films for so many years, and then there's com, I would say comparatively new filmmakers like us are able to be there. It's a win for us.
Well, finally, I would like to ask you two questions. The poster of the film is very striking, and so is the name, that it contains name of two people of different genders. Could you say a word about the development of the poster and the title or name of the film?
So basically, the film Babli Baber, the Babli is the female identity and the Baber is the male identity that our character eventually adopts, thinking that adopting a male identity would prevent the exploitation that she faces as a female. So Babli Baber, the transformation of Babli from Baber and then back to Babli. The film starts the film starts with that round broken mirror, and this is exactly how I made this poster from. I was editing my film, and it quickly clicked me that this is the perfect moment. The round mirror basically as a metaphor is a very strong metaphor of the film, that how the film ends in a 360 journey. The bubbly starts as a bubbly starts, moves on a journey as a barber, and then being ends up being on the same place where she started. The society forces them back to the roles they have forced upon them. So the mirror, it basically, if as you see, it divides the face into two, and that's exactly my idea of Babli Babar. That it's an identity crisis that is imposed upon them. It's an internalized shame as well, a societal rejection. So it symbolizes so many things. Yet it is heartbreaking to see an image like this, because I think it captures the essence of the entire film as well, and that is why the name came, the Babli Babar.
What is the takeaway message you would like to give to the audience?
I would say I'm not here to reassure audience, but I'm here to disrupt them gently, and I want them to feel uncomfortable while watching this film, and I want to challenge their internalized bias when it comes to gender and acceptance and normality. And some people ask me questions: Are you trying to sensationalize trauma? No, I'm not. What I'm trying to do is, because the film is, the center of the emotional truth is lived through these characters. So no, I'm not trying to sensationalize trauma in this film. And like I said before, my job is not to tell what it means to be medically, what it means to be intersex medically, but to share a story, a human story. That's my idea. And I think the wonderful compliment that I have received is how audience tell me that the film stays with them even after watching them. As a filmmaker, I feel very proud when people call me a couple of days later, 1 week later, that they're still thinking about this film. They felt uncomfortable watching this film. And I think this is the biggest takeaway. If they can go out in the society and try to look back with the same people with more, I would say, um, it's difficult to sometimes get the word,
Mhm.
um, but to have more empathy towards these people. That's my idea. And if anyone watches this film, goes out and be kind to these people, I think the half job is done. I think the half battle is done already.
All right, Kamran, thank you very much.
Most welcome. Khalid Sahib, it's wonderful to be here with you.